Across the world, abandoned prisons hold more than just history. They harbor restless spirits. These cold, forgotten cells have witnessed untold suffering, and today, their haunted echoes remind us of the dark past. From the infamous Alcatraz Island to Australia's eerie Freemantle Prison, let's explore the top 10 most haunted prisons, where each stone wall hides secrets that refuse to stay silent. 1. Alcatraz Federal Penitentiary, United States. Perched on the windswept island in San Francisco Bay, Alcatraz Prison has held secrets long after its gates were shut. In its heyday, Alcatraz housed notorious criminals like Al Capone, whose ghost reportedly haunts the prison to this day. But Cell Block D, known as the Hole, bears the most sinister tales. Inmates kept in this dank, windowless cell were said to lose their minds, hearing whispers in the dark and feeling invisible hands touch them. Some guards, terrified of the atmosphere, refused to enter alone. Visitors today report sudden drops in temperature, shadowy apparitions lingering in the hallways, and eerie moaning sounds echoing at night. The energy is so intense that many leave convinced the spirits of Alcatraz's prisoners are trapped on the island, forever bound to the steel bars of their torment. Second port. Arthur Penal Settlement, Australia. On Tasmania's coast, the Port Arthur Penal Settlement remains a site of intense haunting. Established in 1830, it was notorious for its harsh conditions, solitary cells, and silent treatment practices. Over time, many inmates lost their minds, their screams muted by the cold, indifferent walls. The separate prison block, where prisoners were forced to stay in darkness and silence, is a focal point for the supernatural. Apparitions in prison garb have been sighted, moving slowly in dark corners. Tour guides recount a spectral child who appears to wander the halls, as well as echoing footsteps and sobs that chill visitors to the bone. The site's oppressive atmosphere leaves a lasting impact, and some visitors report feeling as if they're being watched by unseen eyes long after they've left. Third, Kilmainham Jail, Ireland. Dublin's Kilmainham Jail holds the weight of Ireland's struggle for independence, with hundreds of rebels held and executed within its cold stone walls. The jail's damp, dark corridors were a place of immense suffering, and visitors often feel a deep sadness upon entering. The execution yard, where leaders of the Easter Rising were shot, emits an eerie aura, with sightings of shadowy figures lingering by the walls. Guards have seen ghostly faces peering from cells, and disembodied voices murmur at night, sometimes calling out names. Visitors report feeling icy chills, and even fainting upon seeing the figure of a woman who appears in the upper gallery. Those who enter the jail often leave with a piece of Kilmainham's tragic history haunting their dreams. The Fourth Tower of London, United Kingdom. The Tower of London stands as an eternal witness to centuries of betrayal, execution, and sorrow. Most famous is the ghost of Anne Boleyn, who was beheaded on the Tower Green in 1536. Her apparition has been seen wandering the White Tower, clutching her severed head in silence. Guards have also seen two ghostly young princes in the Bloody Tower, believed to be the sons of Edward IV, murdered for political gain. These spirits move silently through the walls, and the tower's ravens are said to grow restless whenever spirits stir. The sense of unease is palpable, with visitors feeling cold drafts and sensing presences as they walk the ancient halls. The tower's haunted history leaves few doubting that it remains one of England's most chilling places. Fifth, Old Changi Hospital Prison, Singapore. Originally built as a hospital, the Japanese converted Changi into a prison during World War II, using it to hold and torture prisoners of war. Now abandoned, Changi echoes with the cries of past prisoners. Shadows flit through the hallways, and the apparition of a headless man roams the halls, believed to be a former executioner. Paranormal investigators report hearing disembodied voices calling for help, and the screams of tortured souls still haunt the air. Visitors feel an oppressive energy that grows stronger near the morgue, and some see ghostly figures dressed in World War II-era uniforms. The sense of despair and horror that fills Changi makes it one of Asia's most haunted places. 6. Hoa Lo Prison, Vietnam. Hoa Lo, or the Hanoi Hilton, stands as a stark reminder of wartime horrors. Built by the French to imprison Vietnamese revolutionaries, it later held American POWs during the Vietnam War. Ghostly footsteps echo through empty hallways, and cold gusts of air rush past visitors standing alone in former cells. Some report hearing whispers in French and Vietnamese, voices that seem to carry messages of suffering. Shadows dart across walls, vanishing as quickly as they appear. Hoa Lo's history, marked by captivity and torment, has left an imprint that keeps souls trapped in its dark corridors, eternally reliving their pain. 7. Eastern State Penitentiary, United States. In Philadelphia, Eastern State Penitentiary looms as a monument to human suffering. Known for its strict solitary confinement system, prisoners were isolated for days on end, leading many to madness. Cell Block 12 is especially ominous, with visitors and staff frequently reporting shadowy figures that slip between cells. Whispers seem to rise from empty cells, and some visitors feel unseen hands brush against them. The energy of Eastern State is oppressive, and many have witnessed apparitions of prisoners wandering in striped uniforms. Its haunting presence has made it one of America's most chilling prisons, leaving an unforgettable mark on all who dare enter. 8. Kosta Prison, Latvia. Kosta in Latvia, once a military prison, holds chilling remnants of the Nazi and Soviet regimes. Cold, dark cells were witness to countless tortures, and the air still feels thick with despair. Paranormal investigators report faint voices and unexplained electrical disturbances. Footsteps echo through empty hallways, and apparitions of guards and prisoners alike are seen roaming at night. The presence of an old warden, known for his cruelty, has been felt by visitors who sometimes experience an overwhelming sense of dread. Many leave convinced they have brushed against the spirits trapped within the prison walls. 9. Old Melbourne Jail, Australia. Melbourne's old jail held some of Australia's most notorious criminals, including Ned Kelly. The stone-walled prison has an eerie, unsettling atmosphere, with ghostly encounters reported around Kelly's cell. Some visitors claim to hear faint whispers and even see the spectral form of Kelly himself, pacing back and forth. The execution chamber is also rife with paranormal activity, with visitors experiencing intense chills and witnessing inexplicable shadows. The jail's dark history permeates the air, and many leave feeling they have experienced something far beyond the realm of the living. 10th. Freemantle Prison, Australia. Built by convicts in the 1850s, Freemantle Prison in Western Australia was the site of harsh punishment and brutal executions. Today, its stone walls echo with whispers from the past. The most haunted area is the gallows, where prisoners were hanged. Visitors report feeling a heavy, oppressive presence there. Flickering lights and sudden drops in temperature are common, and some have seen shadowy figures darting along the corridors. Fremantle's energy is so intense that even seasoned ghost hunters approach its halls with caution, wary of the spirits that lurk within. These prisons, once fortresses of punishment and despair, now stand as ghostly reminders of the souls left behind. Their eerie tales draw those brave enough to visit, but be warned, these are places where the past never sleeps. Which haunted prison would you dare to enter? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more chilling stories from around the world.